Have you ever wondered why financial abundance seems to flow easily to some people, while others struggle their entire lives? I want to share something powerful with you today that might challenge everything you believe about money and wealth creation. Look at your bank account right now. What story is it telling you? That you don't have enough? That you're struggling to make ends meet? That financial freedom is somewhere in the distant future, always just out of reach? What if I told you that story is merely an illusion, a mirage created by your own mind? The greatest barrier to your financial abundance isn't out there in the economy, job market, or your circumstances. It's within your own mind. This isn't just motivation or positive thinking. This is about understanding the sophisticated machinery of your consciousness and how it quite literally creates your financial reality. Let me ask you something deeply personal. If you woke up tomorrow with $10 million in your account, how would you truly feel? Excited? Relieved? Or maybe strangely uncomfortable? That discomfort, that subtle uneasiness at the thought of sudden wealth, reveals something profound about your relationship with money. For most of us, our connection to wealth is complicated by deep-seated beliefs we've absorbed throughout our lives, often without realizing it. Research in behavioral psychology shows that an astonishing 95% of people unconsciously reject wealth, even when it's directly within their reach. They sabotage opportunities, make self-defeating financial decisions, or simply fail to recognize abundance when it's staring them in the face. Think about the messages you've heard about money throughout your life. Money is the root of all evil. Rich people are greedy and corrupt. You have to work hard for every dollar. People like us don't get rich. Money doesn't grow on trees. We can't afford that. These aren't just harmless phrases. They're sophisticated programming that has created neural pathways in your brain. They've installed mental blocks that are actively repelling wealth from your life right now, in this very moment. These beliefs don't just influence your conscious thoughts. They shape your subconscious reactions, your instinctive decisions, and even your ability to recognize financial opportunities when they appear. Let's talk about the neuroscience behind your financial reality. Your brain is a meaning-making machine, designed to maintain what feels familiar and safe. If you've spent years living paycheck to paycheck, that pattern becomes your normal, and your brain actively works to maintain that status quo, even if consciously you want more. This explains why simply wishing for money or repeating affirmations often doesn't create lasting change. You're trying to override deep neural pathways with surface-level technique. It's like putting a fresh coat of paint on a house with a crumbling foundation. Neuroscientists have discovered that your brain forms default pathways, habits of thought that become your automatic responses to money. These pathways dictate how you perceive financial opportunities, how you handle money when you have it, and even how comfortable you feel in environments of wealth. But here's where things get truly exciting. The field of neuroplasticity has shown us that these pathways can be rewired at any age. Your brain possesses an incredible ability to form new connections based on your thoughts, beliefs, and experiences. When you understand this, you realize that your financial situation isn't fixed. It's fluid, responsive, and waiting for you to reprogram the command. Let's go deeper and start with a fundamental truth that most financial education completely misses. Money isn't what you think it is. Money isn't the paper in your wallet or the numbers in your account. At its core, money is simply a shared belief system, an idea we've collectively agreed to follow. Those dollar bills, just paper with ink. Your bank balance, just digits on a screen. What gives money its power is the meaning we attach to it, the belief that it holds value. Quantum physics has revealed that reality at its most fundamental level is not the solid, unchangeable thing we perceive with our senses. Matter itself is mostly empty space. What appears solid is actually energy vibrating at specific frequencies. The version of reality you experience, including your financial reality, depends on your thoughts and beliefs, which shape what you allow into your life. In quantum terms, you're collapsing probability waves into particles, turning potential into experience through the act of observation and expectation. This isn't pseudoscience, it's cutting-edge physics applied to your everyday life. Your consciousness is not just passively observing reality, it's actively participating in creating it. When you truly understand this, money transforms from something you chase to something you tune into, like adjusting the dial on a radio to receive a frequency that's always broadcasting. So how can we break free from our scarcity consciousness? Most of us were conditioned from childhood to see money as scarce and difficult to obtain. We were taught that only the lucky few can truly be wealthy, that there's only so much prosperity to go around, and someone else's gain must mean our loss. This zero-sum thinking creates what I call scarcity blindness, the inability to see abundance even when it surrounds you. It's like wearing sunglasses indoors and complaining about the darkness. But what if abundance is actually our natural state? What if the flow of wealth is always available to us, and we've just been blocking it with our limiting belief? I invite you to consider a radical new perspective. What if money isn't something to chase or hoard, but a tool that flows freely when you're aligned with abundance? What if financial struggle isn't a reality to overcome, but an illusion to dispel? Imagine viewing your relationship with money not from a place of fear or lack, but from a deep knowledge that abundance is your birthright, as natural as breathing. This isn't positive thinking. It's about fundamentally changing how you see yourself in relation to wealth. It's about removing the internal barriers that have been blocking your natural state of prosperity. Here's something crucial that many manifestation teachers miss. Your emotions are the true currency of creation. Your thoughts matter. Yes. Your actions matter. Certainly. But it's your emotions, your felt experience of life that truly shape your financial reality. Think about it. When you worry about money, what do you feel? Anxiety, tension, constriction. These emotions create a specific energetic signature that repels the very thing you're trying to attract. Contrast that with how you feel when you're confident about your finances. Open, expansive, peaceful, generous. This emotional state creates a completely different vibration, one that naturally attracts more abundance. The key insight here is that your emotional state around money isn't just a reaction to your financial situation, it's actually creating it. This is why simply thinking positive thoughts about money while feeling scared about your bills doesn't work. Your emotions will always overpower your thoughts in the manifestation process. So how do you change your emotional relationship with money? It starts with awareness. Notice how you feel when you check your bank account, pay bills, or make purchases. These emotional responses reveal your deepest beliefs about money. Once you're aware, you can begin to shift. Find memories or experiences where you felt abundant, regardless of the amount of money involved. Perhaps it was a moment of generosity, or a time when you had exactly what you needed. Revisit these feelings regularly until they become more familiar than scarcity. Your assumptions create your reality. Every part of your life, including your finances, reflects the assumptions you hold about yourself and what you believe you deserve. Instead of trying to force external change, fully embody the reality of already having achieved what you desire. This isn't about focusing on what you want. It's about becoming who you would be if you already had it. It's identity-based transformation at its most profound. Imagine for a moment, who would you be if you were already financially abundant? How would you move through your day as your wealthy self? How would you make decisions? How would you carry yourself? What thoughts would naturally arise? This isn't pretending or fake it till you make it. It's a profound psychological and energetic transformation that rewires your brain and aligns your energy with abundance. When you consistently assume the state of being wealthy, your subconscious mind begins to accept it as truth. And once this happens, your subconscious works tirelessly to turn that inner belief into outer reality. It influences your perceptions, your decisions, the opportunities you notice, and even how others respond to you. When you assume the identity of a wealthy person, not in an arrogant way, but in a natural, confident way, that assumption gradually solidifies into your physical experience. Developing wealth consciousness requires more than occasional visualization or sporadic affirmations. It's about creating a new relationship with the entire concept of abundance. Here's what wealth consciousness truly looks like. Number one, seeing money as a friend, not an enemy. People with wealth consciousness view money as a positive force, a tool for good, and a means of expressing value, not something dirty, stressful, or complicated. Number two, believing in unlimited supply. Rather than seeing wealth as a limited resource to fight over, they understand that abundance is infinite and constantly expanding. Number three, focusing on circulation, not accumulation. They understand that money, like energy, needs to flow. They're comfortable with both receiving and giving. Number four, valuing themselves and their contributions. They know their worth and don't apologize for receiving abundant compensation for the value they provide. Number five, taking inspired action. They don't just think about wealth, they move toward it with confident, inspired action that feels good. Number six, practicing gratitude for what they have. They consistently acknowledge and appreciate the abundance already present in their lives. Number 7, trusting in perfect timing. They understand that wealth has its own divine timing and don't force outcomes through desperate action. The good news is that each of these aspects of wealth consciousness can be developed with consistent practice. Your brain is remarkably adaptable, capable of creating new neural pathways at any age. Now let's explore the practical tools that can help you embody this new relationship with wealth. Number 1, the I remember when technique. This powerful practice helps you create a psychological bridge from your current state to your desired financial reality. Close your eyes and imagine yourself in the future, looking back on your current financial situation as a distant memory. Say to yourself, I remember when I used to worry about money. I remember when I would check my bank account with anxiety. I remember when financial freedom seemed impossible. Now I live with complete financial abundance. Now money flows to me easily and frequently. Now I make financial decisions from a place of security and peace. As you do this, engage all your senses. Feel the emotions of relief, confidence, and gratitude. Visualize the details of your abundant lifestyle, where you live, what you wear, how you spend your time. Hear the conversations you'd have as a financially successful person. What makes this technique so effective is that it places scarcity in the past tense and abundance in the present tense, training your subconscious to accept this new reality as current truth. Practice this daily, especially before sleep, when your subconscious mind is most receptive and the critical faculty that might reject these new ideas is less active. Number 2, belief excavation and replacement. Our financial beliefs are often hidden from our conscious awareness, operating like invisible software running in the background of our minds. To transform your financial reality, you need to bring these beliefs into the light and systematically replace them with empowering alternatives. Start by examining your current financial patterns. Are you constantly overspending? Do you avoid looking at your bank account? Do opportunities for advancement seem to pass you by? These patterns point to underlying beliefs. Ask yourself, what must I believe about money for my current situation to be true? Some common limiting beliefs include, I don't deserve to be wealthy. Money is the source of conflict and stress. Wealthy people are unethical. I'm not smart enough to manage large sums of money. If I become rich, people will only want me for my money. I have to work extremely hard for every dollar. Once you've identified these beliefs, trace them back to their origin. When did you first adopt them? Was it something your parents said, an experience in childhood, a message from society or religion? Understanding the source helps loosen the belief's grip on your psyche. You can recognize that it was formed when you had limited perspective and information. It's not an absolute truth. Then transform each limiting belief into an empowering one. I am worthy of abundance in alms. Money brings peace and possibility into my life. Wealth allows me to express my highest values. I am financially intelligent and manage money wisely. My wealth attracts genuine relationships and creates positive impact. Money flows to me easily when I'm aligned with my gift. Write down these new beliefs and read them daily. Find evidence that supports them. Gradually, your mind will accept them as your new financial operating system. Number 3, embodied wealth practices. Wealth consciousness isn't just mental, it's physical. Your body holds your financial beliefs in its posture, movements, and energy. Try these embodied practices to accelerate your transformation. 1. Wealth walking. Walk as your wealthy self would walk, with confidence, ease, and purpose. Feel abundance in every step. Your physiology directly influences your psychology. So changing how you move can change how you think and feel about money. 2. Abundant breathing. Practice deep, expansive breathing while imagining wealth flowing into your life with each inhale and resistance, releasing with each exhale. Your breath is intimately connected to your nervous system, which governs your stress responses around money. 3. Prosperity posture. Sit or stand as if you're already financially free. Shoulders relaxed, spine tall, chest open. This posture signals to your brain that you're safe, confident, and open to receiving. 4. Wealth visualization with touch. As you visualize financial abundance, touch something that represents wealth to you, perhaps a special coin, a luxury item, or even just your wallet. This creates a somatic anchor for the feeling of abundance. Integrate these practices into your daily routine until they become second nature. Remember, you're not just changing your thoughts, you're rewiring your entire being to align with wealth. The next practical tool on our list is called Divine Partnership Protocol. Many people approach manifestation with a white-knuckle grip. trying to force outcomes through sheer will. This creates resistance that blocks the very abundance they seek. The Divine Partnership Protocol offers a more balanced approach, combining intentional creation with spiritual surrender. Start by clarifying exactly what financial abundance means to you. Be specific about amounts, time frames, and how wealth will feel and function in your life. This clarity sends a precise signal to the universe about what you're creating. Then, release your attachment to how this abundance will come to you. Trust that the universe has a broader perspective and can see opportunities invisible from your viewpoint. This doesn't mean becoming passive. It means balancing trust with inspired action, following your intuition, and taking steps that feel natural and aligned, without forcing or striving. Remember that your path to abundance may take unexpected turns. What looks like a detour or even a setback might be setting you up for an even greater opportunity. Practice this balance daily by asking, what's my next aligned step toward abundance? Then take that step with full presence, while releasing attachment to immediate outcomes. This divine dance between intention and surrender creates a frictionless path to wealth that feels more like flowing than fighting. The next tool you can use is called Reticular Activating System, Reprogramming. Your brain has a filtering system called the Reticular Activating System that determines what information from your environment reaches your conscious awareness. Right now, your ass might be programmed to filter out wealth opportunities while highlighting evidence of financial struggle. This means you could be walking past potential gold mines every day without noticing them. By consciously reprogramming your ass, you can train your brain to spotlight abundance wherever it exists. Start by consciously deciding to notice evidence of wealth and opportunity in your daily life. This simple intention activates your ass to prioritize abundance-related information. Then practice the 24-hour abundance challenge. For the next day, commit to seeing everything through the lens of abundance. Every person is a potential connection to wealth. Every challenge an opportunity for growth. Every resource you already have an asset. Write down every instance of abundance you notice. The free coffee a friend bought you, the unexpected discount, the compliment that boosted your confidence, the idea that sparked during your commute. No example is too small. This exercise serves two important purposes. First, it forces your ass to actively search for wealth-related opportunities. Second, it trains you to perceive the abundance that already surrounds you but has been filtered from your awareness. After completing this challenge, review your list. You'll likely be amazed at how many moments of abundance you've been overlooking. This realization alone can shift your perception from scarcity to abundance. Make this practice of abundance spotting a daily habit. Over time, your brain will automatically begin to highlight opportunities, connections, and resources that align with your wealth goals. The ultimate level of financial transformation happens when abundance becomes not just something you do or have, but who you are. This identity level change occurs when you fully integrate your wealthy self into your current identity, eliminating the gap between who you are now and who you'll be when financially abundant. Start by creating a detailed profile of your wealthy identity. How does this version of you think? What values guide their decisions? How do they speak about money? What habits do they maintain? How do they contribute to others? Then gradually adopt these traits, one by one, into your current life. If your wealthy self would read financial books, start reading one now. If they would network with successful people, begin building those connections today. If they would invest regularly, start with whatever amount is currently available to you. The key insight here is that you don't have to wait until you have money to become your wealthy self. In fact, becoming that person first is what attracts the wealth. An effective practice for accelerating this integration is wealth identity immersion. For 20 minutes each day, completely step into your wealthy identity. During this time, think, speak, move, and make decisions exactly as your wealthy self would. This isn't role-playing. It's identity rehearsal. You're literally training your nervous system to recognize this state as normal, creating neural pathways that will eventually become your default way of being. As you implement these practices, be aware of the common obstacles that may arise. Number 1, the worthiness trap. Many people consciously desire wealth, but subconsciously don't feel worthy of it. This creates an internal conflict that blocks manifestation. Signs you might be caught in the worthiness trap include feeling guilty when good things happen, sabotaging success when it comes, or believing you must suffer or struggle to earn money. To transcend this block, recognize that worthiness is your birthright, not something to be earned. Abundance is not a reward for good behavior. It's your natural state when you remove the barriers to it. Make a daily practice of affirming your inherent worthiness. I am worthy of abundance simply because I exist. I don't need to prove, earn, or justify my prosperity. Number 2, the visibility fear. Some people unconsciously fear that becoming wealthy will make them too visible, exposing them to criticism, judgment, or expectations from others. This fear often stems from childhood experiences where standing out led to negative consequences. It creates a subconscious resistance to wealth as a protection mechanism. To overcome this block, gradually expand your comfort zone with visibility. Share your goals with supportive people. Speak about money with increasing confidence. Imagine receiving positive attention for your success and responding to it with grace. Remind yourself, I am safe being seen in my full abundance. My success inspires others and contributes to greater good. Number 3, the identity conflict. Perhaps the most subtle block to wealth is the fear that becoming rich will change who you are, that you'll lose connection with loved ones or betray your values. This concern creates a subconscious resistance to wealth as a way of preserving your current identity and relationships. To resolve this conflict, consciously design your wealthy identity to include your core values and meaningful connections. Visualize using your wealth in ways that strengthen rather than threaten what matters most to you. Affirm, my wealth enhances who I truly am. As I prosper, I express my values more fully and create deeper connections with those I love. I believe in your capacity for abundance so deeply that I want to challenge you. Commit to these practices for the next 30 days. Not sporadically, not half-heartedly, but with the same dedication you'd give to a fitness program or learning a new skill. Immerse yourself fully in the emotions of wealth. Decode the universe's secret language of opportunity that surrounds you daily. Become the living embodiment of abundance in how you think, feel, and move through the world. During these 30 days, you'll likely experience resistance. Old beliefs will fight to maintain their position. You might feel silly acting wealthy when your circumstances haven't yet changed. You might question whether these practices really work. This resistance is normal. It's simply your old identity trying to preserve itself. When it arises, recognize it as a sign that you're making progress. Thank it for trying to protect you, then gently continue with your practices. Your wealth isn't something distant or unattainable. It's waiting for you, hidden in plain sight. All you need to do is align yourself with it. The practice is simple, but it requires consistency. Each day, choose to see yourself differently. Choose to feel differently about money. Choose actions aligned with abundance rather than scarcity. These daily choices may seem small, but they create momentum that eventually breaks through the barriers of your old financial identity. As you transform your financial reality, something remarkable happens. Your abundance creates ripples that extend far beyond your personal experience. When you free yourself from financial stress and limitation, you become more generous, not just with money, but with time, attention, and compassion. You create jobs, support causes, solve problems, and inspire others through your example. True wealth isn't just about accumulating resources. It's about expanding your capacity to contribute. As you prosper, you become a conduit for prosperity, channeling abundance to everyone you touch. This is the ultimate purpose of your financial transformation, not just to improve your life, but to become a force for good in the world. The financial transformation I'm describing isn't just about accumulating money, it's about freedom. Freedom from worry, freedom to pursue your passions, freedom to make a difference in the world. When you align yourself with abundance, you don't just change your bank account, you change your entire life. Your relationship with money reflects your relationship with life itself. As you heal one, you heal the other. As you expand your capacity to receive financially, you expand your capacity to receive all good things: love, joy, health, and purpose. The choice is yours. Will you continue living in scarcity, accepting limitation as your reality? Or will you step into the abundant future that's already yours at the level of potential? I believe in you. Now it's time for you to believe in yourself. Your journey to financial freedom starts with a single thought. I am worthy of abundance, and it flows to me naturally. Think that thought, feel it, become it, and watch as your world transforms. Remember, your wealth is not out there somewhere waiting to be found. It's within you, waiting to be expressed. The time to begin is now.